Welcome to a day in my life work edition. I am gonna be working and talking to y'all. So instead of doing this by myself on my own, I said let me go live while I do it. So welcome to Black Women in Grants, a day in the life. We can do some Q&A while I work. I'm really just getting caught up on notes that I take for you guys. Those of you who are Black women with for-profit small businesses and would like to find, apply for, and win a grant. And so I've been following a lot of day in my life of like PhD students. And because I've been out of school so long, I forgot that I also have to study. So this is part of my studying. I got a lot of notes. The best part about this is that I wrote the curriculum, literally hundreds of pages of talking about helping Black women find, apply for, and win grants. So if you are a Black woman with a for-profit small business and you would like to find, apply for, and win grants for that business, you're in the right place. And so we can talk about you, about your business, kind of sporadically. I probably won't be teaching much. I'm just here because I need a body double. I'm one of those where, like right now, I'm looking at all of my laundry sitting at the foot of my bed. But if I'm on the phone with somebody, that's all folded and put away. But just leaving me to my own devices, I'm laying in that bed scrolling TikTok. So you guys are my accountability partners today. I'm not folding my laundry right now, but I am sitting at my desk, which takes like, get up, get out of the bed, get to the desk, get your journal, get to work. So thank y'all for being here, holding my hand through this. As I mentioned, if you want to talk about grants, if you want to tell me about your business and what you do, I would love to learn about you and share some of these notes. So what happens with me is as I learn about grants, like I got a screen pulled up right now that I'm going to be taking notes on and sharing in later lives. But as I go out and find grants, apply for them for my business, send them to those of you who are in my mentorship, I personalize these experiences, just literally copy and paste in the links for you to go apply. Like, I know your business qualifies, go apply. So right now, I can't remember who this came from, but it came across my desk yesterday. There's a $10,000 grant exclusive to one of our neighboring cities here in Atlanta. And I'm going through the fine print. I love reading the terms and conditions. It's part of my study. And so just to see the types of grants that are in your hood as well. Like if you have a brick and mortar, the things that a grant can cover for you, because they give grants to major cities to help businesses. Like here in Atlanta, we have a business district. And so if you have your business store, if it's like a retail location, etc., set up along what they call the commercial corridor. I just learned that word yesterday. You qualify for this $10,000 grant that's sponsored. I think American Express is behind this one. So when I get my hands on stuff like this, I read through it and I share it with Black women, for-profit small business owners that I know need it. We have about 700 ladies that are in my mentorship program. If you want to find out more about that, it's over at blackwomeningrants.com. But I just love it. I love the knowledge that I come across. I know that there are Black women in business who need this information. If you're one of them, put hashtag FYP in the chat. If you're like, you know what? I could use somebody really researching grants on my behalf and sharing them directly with me. So I don't have to worry about where they are. How do I find them? Where do I go to apply? Is that you? Are you in the right place today? Because again, this is just kind of study hall. I'm here to hold myself accountable. If not, this tab will stay up for longer than it should. But I said, if I got my peeps here, you know, and I'm working while talking to you guys, maybe I'll make some progress. But y'all got to talk to me too. Don't make this weird. It's not just come watch me, try to guess what's in my background. It's a lot of fun back there, okay? But we focused. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of blackwomeningrants.com. and I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. If you are a Black woman with a for-profit small business, put hashtag FYP. That stands for the For You page. And let TikTok hold me accountable as well, that we're live. It's me, not a robot, not a recording. It's me and you in here, and they need to bring more Black women in here to be a part of this conversation. So welcome to Study Hall. Thank you, The Butlers. The Butlers, what's your business? I'm going to talk to people who are talking to me specifically about their business today, and I'm happy to help. Thank you, Nidra. What's your business? Y'all talk to me. I just finished coffee, which is really why I'm here too. It's part of it. I've been off coffee for a month. Proud of myself. I had a mammogram yesterday, and so I try to be off caffeine because it leaves behind something. They always think they find something. So I'm like, you didn't. It was caffeine. So I just had my first cup of coffee today after about a month. You know, but it gave me a little energy, so here I am. The Butlers is catering. What kind of catering? Tell me more. I'm nosy. I'm going to ask you questions, girl. The more you tell me, the more I can help you. So if you're new here, you don't know, but I've won over $1 million in grants and grant-funded opportunities for my business and my personal life. One of the cars I drive today came from one of my last scholarship checks before I graduated school, and I didn't have nothing else to pay for, so I went and bought my car. So I'm happy to help. Now, I don't teach the personal side of grants and scholarship. I don't help nonprofits. We're not in federal contracting, federal grants, federal funding. We're in the for-profit side. So corporations, organizations, associations is where our money comes from. So for example, this grant that I'm looking at right now is specific to what they call Main Street America. So here in Atlanta, we have a couple main streets. And so yeah, this one is specific to some of the outskirts here. And I'm just reading through the fine print because a lot of people would see this like, oh, a $10,000 grant. And they don't make it any further than that. They go apply, they waste their time, they don't get it, and then they think grants don't work. No, you just didn't read them terms and conditions. So for this organization, American Express is behind it. They have $4 million to give away. They're looking for 40 businesses to give $10,000 to. And it's funny because they're based in Chicago, but they're partnering with little cities around America that have commercial business districts. The Butler says, I call it soul fusion. You still ain't told me what kind of catering, girl. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean? I had the best. If it's something like this, I had a grilled cheese. I love grilled cheese. So I had a grilled cheese sandwich at this restaurant in the mall here. And they put collard greens. They put macaroni. I've never had that. When I bit it, I got an attitude like, wait, what? Girl, it was so good. Paired with a little cup of tomato soup. I was in heaven. It cost me like $50, but listen, I still be thinking about that sandwich. Do you hear me? So tell me about your food. Who else wants to tell me about their food? Let's chat, y'all. Don't be weird. Talk to me. I am here for accountability, but I'm also here for you. I'm doing this for y'all. So over at blackwomeningrants.com, I have a mentorship program where I work with Black women for-profit small business owners. And these ladies, the last almost 20 that I've talked to in our crew who have won grants recently, they have won over $332,000 in funding. I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. I'm celebrating with them. I want to invite you to come be one of them. We're going to hit $500,000 before December this year in grant winnings. So I would love to invite you to come join us. The website again is blackwomeningrants.com. There's a scholarship to come hang out with us to really get help on finding, applying for, and winning grants. As I mentioned, this is a day in my life. I kind of sit here, scroll my Bapruda, as my little niece used to call computers, read through grants, take notes on what I'm noticing, what y'all need to be paying more attention to. And we could talk about it if y'all want me to tell y'all what I'm looking through right now. Like right now, this grant that is backed by American Express for $10,000. They're looking for 40 businesses. It could be also in your neighborhood. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at the Atlanta portion because that's what was shared with me. Looks like they've been doing this since 2024. They got a webinar. I'm going to click on that to watch it later. So I go behind the scenes, like I'm doing an information session later today for a grant for 5K, getting more information on that to share with you guys as well. So I'm literally behind the scenes studying these opportunities. So when people ask, you know, how do I find a grant, or how long does it take to win a grant, or are there grants for my business? This is how I know there's absolutely a grant for your business, for what you do. So it's not just about the type of business that you have, it's about what you need a grant for. And so when I go through and read the terms and conditions, the frequently asked questions, the eligibility requirements, this is literally giving you the step-by-step walkthrough for how these grants are telling you how to win a grant. So if you want to tell me about your business, just put it in the chat. That's all we're doing, is just kind of dialoguing. That's pretty much it. You make lumpia type rolls with Philly cheese. Like, where was they said Arby's got this new Philly. I gotta try it out. I gotta put that on the agenda for lunch this week. I've been in the mood for a cheesesteak lately. Enchilada pie sounds good. See? Instead of soul infusion. So you got to be able to talk about your business in a way that'll make sense to someone who's not in your industry. Because grants, you know, they see catering. You don't know what people think when they hear catering. You don't know what they think when you say soul infusion. So the more specific you are, painting our imagination with like, I wonder what that Philly cheese tastes like. Ooh, enchilada pie, buffalo chicken. Now we hungry. Now we like, let's keep reading this application so we can see how we can fund this vision. What you need a grant for? So grants, and I'm wondering if they qualify for this. And I'm looking at, I meet a lot of business owners that have food trucks. So the big thing in the restaurant space is pivoting since COVID. So going from like trying to get people in the restaurant to then doing catering to then doing meal prep to then doing food trucks. Y'all got so many avenues you can take and get funded by grants, but you just got to paint the vision. So it's not enough to just say, I do catering. It's like, hey, I need money for a food truck. Here's the type of food we sell. Here's why we sell it. Here's who need it. We live in a food desert. We interviewed it's in our mentorship program, the winner of the $10,000 Verizon grant. She's a black woman and she owns a food truck. And so the grant helps her pay to park her food truck and to get it stocked with what she needs to travel around her city and feed people. You know, so, you know, it's possible. There is money out there available. It just depends on what you say you want a grant for. But y'all not talking to me about your business. So I'm assuming y'all just here for fun, just to kind of listen and ear hustle. I don't know. But if you talk to me, I talk back. I talk to those who are talking to me. Engage. I know you're probably over there multitasking. Same. Okay? Same. Charlene is in Florida, just opened her home childcare business. Single parent, 25 years of ECE educator. I don't know what ECE is. You want a school. I love it. Okay. I figured, butlers, I meet a lot of y'all who are in the restaurant space. You live in a food desert. And so, but you got to paint the picture. Nobody's going to guess that. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's going to assume like, oh, she must be doing this because they don't have this around her and her neighborhood needs this and she needs money to fund it and it's going to feed people. You got to paint that picture. Oh, EC is early childhood education. See, girl, I ain't got no kids. I am auntie of the year to hundreds of kids around Atlanta. I'm always adopted in. I got nephews and nieces of my own. However, I ain't got no kids. So I don't know what that means. I ain't in education. Well, that side of it. I'm in the adult education part of it. Now, I've met some childlike adults, but I ain't got no kids. So anyway, I'm the auntie that friends call when their baby's going to the book fair. And now all of a sudden, I hear, auntie, oh, okay. And I send them $20. Or I say, go on Amazon and pick what you want. I'm just mail it to the house. I'm not coming to the birthday party. What your baby need? I'm that auntie. Leave me alone. I'm taking a nap. How much I need? Bye. Hi to baby. Send me pictures. Hey boo, you bad. Bye. That's me. That's as close as I get to kids lately. Anyway, I love kids. Absolutely. So yeah, y'all gotta talk to me in layman's terms. Cause girls singing no kids. Ciao. I got no kids. Let's talk about this grant. And y'all tell me if you or someone you know could possibly use a grant to help them pay for these type of expenses. It may even give you some ideas on what you can apply for grants for. Like, real quick, let me take a survey before I do this. Tell me what you could use a grant for in your business. So Charlene, what could you use a grant for? Opening that school for them babies with your ECE. Now that I know what that means. The butlers, what do you need a grant for? Y'all talk to me. Markia is a medical career. I got a speaking invitation to help a group of about 300 medical couriers recently. And y'all can get grants for a lot of things. You just got to get creative. So tell me what you think you need a grant for, Narkia. Or is it Narkaya? And just let me know. Y'all put it in the chat and I'll help you like rethink how you're talking about what you need grants for. But you got to talk to me because I don't know you. I don't know your business, but I would like to get to know the business to help you find grants. So real quick, let's see who'll be the first one to put it in the chat so I don't get bored. Tell me why you think you need a grant or what you could use a grant for. That coffee was so good, but I know not to go get more because I'll get a headache. So anyway, I missed coffee. I can still taste that. Now I'm drinking water. Anybody want to tell me why they could use a grant? Put it in the chat. I'm listening. Charlene says to help with supplies, rebranding, and a staff. Okay. Charlene, this may help you then because you're looking for a physical location. So the grant I'm looking at, $10,000 backed by American Express. And they're saying eligible, they're calling it eligible grant expenses include but are not limited to. You want me to tell you what it says? You think this will help you? Just put help in the chat if you think what I'm literally looking at, like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 things that this grant is telling you they will give you $10,000 for if you have a physical location of any kind. So just put help in the chat if you want to know what that is. Many Season says for my daycare. What specifically for the daycare? Like we know Charlene wants a school. She's going to rebrand and she's going to hire staff. Tell us more about what you need the grant for, Many Seasons. Anyone else just joining the conversation, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. And I help Black women, for-profit, small businesses find, apply for, and win grants. So we're just conversing, dialoguing about you and your business and why you need a grant. The more you talk to me, the more I can help you. I don't like begging for y'all to engage. I would much rather just hang up and go do something else. But you got me here. People pay me for this. I literally get paid for my time to sit on the phone and listen to why people need grants and tell them where to go find the money. You ain't getting charged to be here. Only cost of admission per se is conversation. But that's if you're serious about grants and if you want help, because help like this is not readily available. People will sell you a list of grants. They'll tell you grants to go apply to that you don't qualify for. But sitting and engaging with you about your business with how to win those grants, you're not going to find this. So you're welcome. It's an honor for you to be here. Nice to meet me, okay? Charlene says, help. I'm doing my home currently. Okay. So yes. Okay. So Charlene, I'm helping you because you're talking to me. So because you're going for a physical location, the first thing this grant will cover is called accessibility upgrades. So instead of saying rebranding, say accessibility upgrades. Now keep in mind the grant that I'm looking for, I'm not going to share the name of it, but because everybody doesn't qualify. So I would hate for you to go look it up. You don't qualify. You're like, well, that ain't in my city and I can't find it for my state. Don't worry about it. Okay. This ain't for you. However, what I've been learning about these grants that could help you when you find the grant or help you find grants like this is how to talk their talk. So people ask me, is there a secret language to grants? Are there keywords or is there SEO? Yeah. And I'm staring at it right now. So instead of saying, I want to rebrand, you're going to say, I need an accessibility upgrade. So this is for people. We're using the scenario of Charlene's business. She wants a school to launch her daycare into. This grant specifically that I'm looking at is for people who already have a brick and mortar, but they want to make either, we'll get into it. Anyway, so an accessibility upgrade. Let's say you find a building, Charlene, and you're ready to move in, but it needs some upgrades. So instead of saying, I want to rebrand my business, you're going to say, you know what? I would like some accessibility upgrades. For example, putting in a ramp for people who need wheelchair access. Menu translation. This is for, if you got a menu of services, it could be restaurants, it could be a spa. I'm thinking about stuff that's around me. But you may have people who speak more than one language. So you can have that menu translated. And a grant will cover that. Accessible website redesign for visually impaired people. So instead of saying, I want to update my website, no, you just want to make it more user friendly for people who may need that accessibility upgrade. You see what I'm saying? Put hashtag FYP if you like, okay. Because see, y'all asked me for the secret language. This is the language. Y'all asked me how to win grants. This is how you win. You talk their talk. You speak their language. You translate it from, I need a new website, I need a new brand, I need a building, I need to renovate, to words like this. Is this making sense? Let me know. Many Season says, is there grants for trimming or cut trees on my property? I don't know. Only thing you told me was, I don't think I have enough information about your business. You said you got it for your daycare. Is it already up and running? You got to fill me in on the details. Let me know. Charlene says makes sense. Just put hashtag FYP. That's like amen on my lives, okay? Hashtag FYP is like, y'all know what? More black women need to be a part of these conversations because we don't know this. TikTok, get them in the room. That's what hashtag FYP does for us in the live. Y'all ready for number 2? Just put number 2 in the chat. But you got to engage. You got to talk to me. I have been spending time letting my voice recover. I'm just getting back from New York. I got back a month ago, but still I got really sick. And so I've been resting. I call it chilling and healing. But in the meantime, in between time, I've been hanging out with y'all. But I ain't going to overexert myself. I ain't going to be on here talking to myself. I do that offline, okay? All right, number 2s. Anybody can do this. I teach this all the time here on the lives. Anybody can do this. Community events and programs. For example, I don't care who you are on this live, you can do this. You can host a community event or program. For example, open mic nights. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can do them all or pick one. I don't know. Public educational training workshops. Anybody here looking to do something for the community where you train on something? Training could be a candle making class. It could be a pottery making class. It could be a plant class. I still got to go. I got an invitation. There's a lady who rented a, what do you call it? Like a train box cart. She stuck it in the middle of like a high traffic area here in Atlanta, and it's full of plants. There's another lady who orders plants to this big warehouse, and she invites the city in to come learn about plants, buy a plant at a discount, and have mimosas. You see what I'm saying? So that's considered public educational training or workshops. Y'all call it an event, a conference, a summit. I got one coming up next year that's sponsored by Google. A grant, right? So if you want to train, teach, educate, hosting these types of events, you can do community fundraisers, you can do partnerships with other businesses. Is this helping anyone with these tips? Just put hashtag FYP. If you're like, oh, I didn't know I could get a grant for that. Just put hashtag FYP. Let me know what you think. Gauge what you got. Hey girl, welcome back. Gordon, I don't know if you're a lady, but let me know. I can see everybody who on here. So if y'all think y'all just kind of sneaking in, I don't know you here. Hey Judy, hey JFax, hey Tori, hey Alicia. I see y'all. Y'all need to say something in these chats, okay? Hey Momo. If this is helping and making sense, put hashtag FYP and let me know. Hey Gordon. Thank you, Resilient. Resilient, I think you've been here before, right? Hey, Alicia. Y'all better talk. I know that. Sitting on here. Talking about you want to win a grant. Ain't said a word. Hey, girl. Thank y'all for sharing a lot. Okay. Put number 3 if you want number 3. Remember, it's 8 of them. I'm happy to go through all 8 because this is going to help somebody. Even if you don't have a brick and mortar, this is what grants fund. This is literally on their FAQ. This is the grant for I'm going to just say it's a What is that? 400,000 or 4 million? They got 40 grants for $10,000 each. What my Bapruda? Let's do the math. Somebody help me. My math don't be mathing sometimes. I told myself today, don't be trying to do math in your head no more. You got a calculator. So they got 40 grants times 10. 1, 2, 3. 400,000. I was warm. They got $400,000 to give away. This grant specifically is for businesses established in certain parts of Atlanta here. I do not know the details of your state or city. It's easy to find grants. You can literally go to Google, type in grants for small business, and stuff will pop up. You just got to be careful and sit and do what I'm doing. And read. We call this read, research, and review. So this is literally a day in my life behind the scenes, sitting at my laptop, Bapruda, as my little niece used to call computers, and reading through grants. And so this one came across my desk yesterday. I had it pulled up. I said I was going to sit and take notes and share it with y'all. So this is like real time of me doing that. So ask me questions, talk to me. I'm not going to share the name of this grant, but I'm giving you how to go win other grants like it. So this is your learning at a $10,000 level, and you ain't even pay to be here. You're welcome. Gordon says no Brook and Moore door, but I have a shared kitchen that I work out of. Okay. We got Brittany, who is in my mentorship program. She just won her first small business pitch competition fresh out of the program for $15,000. And she has a co-working commercial kitchen space in Virginia that they are funding. And she couldn't believe it. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Dr. AJ. I didn't think that I could win this, like, straight out of the mentorship. And she did. So if you're wondering how long it takes to win a grant, I tell y'all, when you join my mentorship, give it 90 days. And 90 days to the T. Brittany, you can see her picture on the website, but she was standing on stage with that big jumbo check with her business name, her name, and a $15,000 win. So it's very possible. And y'all have similar businesses, which is why I was sharing her. So it really doesn't matter what type of business you have. Grants go by, they don't go by your industry per se. They go by why you need a grant. So we've already talked about accessibility upgrades is a great reason. We call it a theme. So a great reason to apply for grants. I just told y'all about community events and programs. Did y'all say y'all ready for number 3? Put that in the chat. I can't remember. We'll go through old comments. So just put number 3 in the chat if you want me to tell you number 3 of 8. Gage said, I wish I could speak on here. I can't use my hands right now. We're working too. There's an audio feature, but it got to be, if you got a question specifically about grants for your business, just send an invitation and I can bring you on the live. Gordon says, I'm working driving a truck with my phone hidden. Okay. But if you wasn't telling me that, how I supposed to know Gordon? How I supposed to guess that, Gordon? That's all. Gay says, I'm a student esthetician. I bet that's fun. I love skin stuff. Seeking grants in that area for training and obtaining a space to work out. Look at God. I just told you how to host a community event. So maybe you can educate. I used to go to this school in my neighborhood, not as a student, as a guinea pig. It was a massage school. Yes, please, practice on me. Went to nail schools. Yes, I will volunteer. As tribute. So it's needed. So imagine you hosting some. Actually, I did blood work today, and they were training I forgot her title, but I was teaching them how to take my blood because it was for lab work, and just talking them through. I know my body, where to find the veins, and they were kind of teaching her how to draw blood and stuff. I was like, no, I don't want her to practice that on me, but I'm happy to listen to the lesson. Please do not be sticking me more than one time. Get me out of here. Okay, so that went well. So imagine you hosting classes, hosting trainings, teaching whatever you want to teach about, whatever you want to teach about. That's called a community event. That's called a program, and you can get a grant for it. So instead of asking, is there a grant for my business? You need to, all of you, just focus your mind more around, there is a grant for my business, and let me think through what I need a grant for. So I'm trying to help you restructure your thinking to reasons to apply for a grant, okay? Hey, Peaches, that was my nickname in high school. Peaches. Hello, wonderful lady. I've been away, having some memory issues, have not forgotten the website. I love that. Keep it going, girl. Rosine says, I finally finished my stuff for your program, ready to start applying. Resilient J. Congratulations, my dear. So you're in our mentorship. You finish the 24-hour training course, including the books and what else is in there? The videos, the bonus trainings with our grant winners. And you're ready to start applying for your first grant. Is that what you're saying? I'm just recapping. Don't let me pressure you. There's that. What can I do for a t-shirt business? Ask me that in a better way related to grants, JFAX, because your question got to make sense so I can help you. If not, I'm going to be talking about something completely different. You be like, that ain't what I was talking about. Well, that's what I read, what you put. Hello, Queen Tiara. How are you? You're in perfect timing. We're helping. Charlene is here. I think we had another daycare center owner. And I know you're the elite alternative to daycares, but these are ideas that you too can enforce in your business as far as applying for grants. So you already know that you can host community events. We just talked about public educational training workshops, hosting them in your community. We talked about if you're looking for a building, or you got a building you want to renovate, getting accessibility upgrades. The third thing a lot of y'all tell me you need for your business is equipment and inventory. Can anybody use a grant for equipment and inventory? Let me know in the chat. For example, I'll give y'all an example. Y'all talk to me. TikTok making me approve comments here. Give me a cough drop. Karen says, Dr. Karen, grant info for a tutoring business focused on phonics instruction. So what we're doing, Dr. Karen, is I'm telling you how any business can qualify for a grant. So I need y'all to feed back to me based on accessibility upgrades, community events, or equipment and inventory. Which one of these, we call them themes, but this grant is calling them grant expenses that are eligible for getting grants. Which of those three could you use a grant for? So instead of, hey, I have a tutoring business, it's like, well, what does that tutoring business need? Forget that right now. Forget that it's focused on phonics instruction. That's all great. You need that. Those are key words. But let's talk more about the needs of that business. Because if you have another phonics instruction based tutoring company applying for the same grants you're applying for, how are you standing out? The way you stand out is you speak the language of the grants, showing them that you have these literal budget items that you've thought through for your business. So don't ask, is there a grant for my business? Don't ask if I know of grants specifically for your type of business. I do, there is, and yes, you can win. That's the simple answer. What most people don't take time to do is figure out, well, what do I need funding for? Yes, grants are free money. You don't have to pay them back. They're not based on your credit. You don't need a co-signer. You don't need collateral. You don't need to do crowdfunding with mom and them trying to get them to support your little business, okay? However, you do have to have a plan. The plan includes how you're going to invest, aka spend these people's money. And so you got to say, you know what? I am going to host a community event, a program, an educational workshop for the community. Invite them in. I need upgrades on a building that I'm considering buying or that I currently own. Here's what that looks like. Okay? So which of those could y'all use? Talk to me in the chat. I'm catching up on old comments. Hello, Coco Bean. How are you? Peaches says we got a $9,000 grant for our barbecue kitchen. Wait a minute. So I'm trying to recall. Are you Peaches in the food desert as well, Peaches, that we talked to on the audio before? Because I meet a lot of y'all restaurant owners, food truck owners, etc. Are you the same Peaches? Let me know. Because my memory is good when it want to be. I remember details of stories and stuff. I can tell you what we talked about. I can tell you what happened. I can't tell you if you're the same Peaches. But let me know. Because it's, yeah, before I assume, I don't want to assume anything. but let me know. Is that you that also did barbecue? Yep, Dr. Karen says accessibility upgrades. Thank you, Peaches. So you telling me, okay, because I was trying to contain my joy. Since we talked, what, about 2 months ago, on this live, you've went out, applied for a grant, and won $9,000 for your barbecue kit. Is that what you're telling me? Is that, Peaches? Are you like the proof that what I be talking about works? Peaches, let me know. Again, I don't want to assume. If so, you need to come on back on the live. We need to update, my dear. Metro Detroit, Romulus, Michigan, clean to the bone. Peaches, do you need to come back on here and talk to me? I think you do. I think so. Should we send you in? Should we bring Peaches on the live, y'all? Because, see, that's how y'all do me. Y'all come and learn and go apply and get that money, and I don't hear from y'all. It'd be a minute. Then come back and be like, you know, remember when you had... Peaches, don't make me scream. I ain't got no voice, okay? All right. Resilient said upgrades to my home for residential care, home for elderly, accessibility upgrades is what Charlene. There you go, Charlene. I'm glad this is helping. Our city approached us, but I still had to write for it, of course. But you felt more prepared since our conversation, right? I'm taking credit. I don't really care, Peaches. I'm gonna take credit, okay? Okay, you can come on. Right, Resilient said, come on, Peaches. Okay. Let's bring Peaches up, everybody. Can we give her a hand in the chat while I figure out how to... I think I just sent the invitation. Oh, did I do...
Hello.
Yes.
So I'm talking a little low because I'm at a doctor's appointment.
Okay.
But after I saw your, real quick, we talked the very, very first time, I reached out to the city, my local community, Romulus, Michigan, and was like, hey, Detroit has these things called Motor City grants where they're giving $50,000 and $100,000 to small business owners and helping them do this, that, and the other. Do we have something on a smaller scale for our businesses in our small community? And sure enough, they did. So I just had to write, I had to write what we wanted, how we're going to use the money, and how it was going to help our business advance in the community. And they gave us I think it was like $9,500, and we got a big freezer and refrigerator. We stocked up on everything, on all of like our pantry things, stuff that won't spoil and like that. And then we filled up that freezer with ribs and brisket and pulled pork, and it's really nice not having to use a residential refrigerator for our food anymore. And it's made a huge difference. We had a couple deaths in the family. My husband's daughter died at 35 of a heart attack. And then my uncle accidentally shot himself. So we've been at a standstill, and I've kind of like shut down for a little bit as far as doing other things. But it is my intent that before the fall is up, I will have completed your program.
Because that's what I was trying to recall. I recall you joining the mentorship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked and you were telling us you're in the food desert. It's not a lot of options out there. And now you've won $9,500. What gave you the confidence to
You
like
did.
at least reach out and see if money?
You did, because the way you were talking, and you were saying you have to find your own opportunities. You have to go out there and research and look. And since I knew Detroit, the city of Detroit, was getting like lots of federal money to do these they call it Motor City Match. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's really, really big. And Mayor Duggan has used it to what am I trying to say? I'm sorry, I'm having like a little brain fart. He used that money to revitalize the broken neighborhoods. And now, like, it's people who haven't been to Detroit in like 15 years wouldn't recognize it. Even in 10 years, they wouldn't recognize it. So I figured if the big cities was getting that, maybe us smaller cities were getting that as well. So I'm like, you know what? That's the easiest thing I can do is pick up the phone and make a phone call. And I did. And then they told me what we needed to do, which I had to like write like a, I don't want to say a thesis, but I literally had to write out what we wanted, why we wanted it, how we were going to use it, and how it was going to benefit the community. Because we're trying to bring our downtown back. Our downtown is just deserted. Everything that we used to have in the downtown area for Romulus is gone. And for some of you who are wondering where Romulus, Michigan is, if you've ever flown into Detroit Metropolitan Airport, you were in Romulus. The airport is right in the middle of our community. So our community is, you have the airport in the middle, and then you have the four corners, so to speak. And so you know, and we're a bedroom community. There's very little in our community other than hotels, rental car places, and such for the airport.
Wow. Condolences for lifing. I get it. I
Hmm.
understand, and I'm happy to see you back. I know we haven't had much conversation since. I'm happy that you've won your first grant. Can we say congratulations in the chat, y'all, to
Can I
this?
ask you a quick question though? Before
Yeah.
before my doctor comes in here, I've had somebody reaching out to me with your stuff, Black women in grant. I knew that wasn't you. I knew that wasn't you, and I blocked them. I blocked them.
Yeah,
So,
you would
okay.
know me because
Somebody's trying to steal your stuff and they're reaching
yeah.
out to your people asking them about filing grants for them. And I'm like, no, she doesn't do that. She's not doing it. She already told me it costs too much money for me. If you got the money to use me, then come on with it. And when I heard that, I was like, oh no, I don't have that kind of money.
So I make sure you guys have access to the mentorship program like you. And so, did you do any of the work in the program, or was it just our last conversation on the live that gave you the confidence to reach out and find your own opportunity?
I started working on it. Like I was reading it. I wasn't doing any of the actual work. I was just reading through it. But basically, it was you saying, look, you got to go out there. You got to find it. You got to look for it. And I just looked for the easiest, most uh, least, what's the word I'm looking for?
The
The
lowest hanging
least
fruit.
blocks for me to get through it. What's the easiest one I can go after and still get something? And that's what I did.
So, like the lowest barriers, barrier to
Yes, that's the word.
win.
Barriers, the least amount of
Yeah,
barriers.
love it. Did you feel a certain way? Like, oh, not only is there money, but I've won it. Like, how did you feel after winning?
I felt really good and I felt appreciated by the city because, we moved to Romulus in 1980. So I was like 11 and I finished school there and I worked on the fire department for my community as paid on call firefighter for 18 years. So I'm really immersed in our community. Um, and just to be able to the city to come in and say, look, we appreciate our businesses and you can apply to get this grant. And now other things have come since then. We've gotten more caterings and the city has been putting our businesses, like all the businesses, not just mine, but in the city, on the website so people know that we're there. And so they're really supporting us. And that really made me feel good.
Peaches, what's your real name? Is it Peaches?
Dawn,
Dawn,
Dawn S.
just S is the initial?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I share your story on our
Yes,
website? Okay.
absolutely.
Can you inbox me your more of your details? I know you just said S. I need your last name and just like
Okay.
I'm gonna use your testimonial of what can be possible. Also, do you know the website that the city is featuring you? I love to just go take a screenshot.
Um, you know what? It's probably buried at this point on
Oh,
the
okay, okay.
community site because it's just Romulus. There's a city of Romulus. Um, there's a city of Romulus, and then there's stuff. I think it's like cityofromulusgov.com because for some reason they missed out on getting the .gov. But then
Oh,
they actually have Facebook page. They have a Facebook page for Romulus for the citizens and stuff like that. So they just put it on the community page. on Facebook, so it's probably buried because it's been many months ago.
Yeah, and what would you tell somebody? Because we got some restaurant owners on here, and I always try to encourage y'all that there is funding available. Even if you got to make your own way, I love that you were like, let me just see. You know, that shows the power of Black women. Like, when we want something, we're going to find a way to make it happen. So, what would you say to our restaurant owners here, those that are going to come to the lives in the future,
Oh,
about
is it time? Yep. Okay, I can't. I gotta go.
okay,
Okay,
we'll
bye
talk.
bye.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, let me figure out. Okay, there we go. She disconnected. We're gonna find her, y'all. Can we celebrate Miss Peaches? I knew the doctor was gonna come in as soon as it started getting good, but I'm glad she's at the doctor's office. I've been doing the same thing this week. I got 3 more appointments set next week, so I know how it is. So hopefully she'll join us again. But that's how y'all do. Y'all do drive-by wins, and I love it. I'm like, wait a minute, come talk to us real quick. So we should have brought her up sooner. I had to make sure it was her though, because I remember our conversation. She also was hiding out, came on camera, talked to us a couple months ago, and told us about her living in a food desert, her restaurant being in a place where, it had suffered since COVID, and she was looking for a way to revive it. And so to think there was money sitting and waiting, all she had to do was ask. $9,500, new freezer. That's not residential size. She got her commercial freezer, them ribs, and what all the things, all the food she's putting in there. That's why I say, tell me what type of food y'all make. What y'all put in the freezers. I love that for her. So we'll definitely be talking to her more, getting more of her story, and definitely sharing more. And I'm so excited. So what questions would you guys have now that y'all see this is what it's about? She came on the live, she engaged, she asked questions, she joined our mentorship program. By the way, the mentorship program is over at blackwomeningrants.com. Blackwomeningrants.com. And now she's a success story. It hasn't even been 90 days. I told y'all, give us 90 days. And I know it hasn't been 90 days because I was also in a program while I was talking to her. Oh, this is so exciting. It's exciting. I don't know what else to tell y'all. This is like literal proof. Thank you, Peaches, if you're still listening. I know you can't talk, but thank you for letting me know you've won. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm on Facebook right now. And we're going to figure this out because I love going back to read articles. This is what I tell y'all to do when you find people, when you find grants, go do the research on the people that have won grants. See how the grant is telling their story as to why they gave them the funding. And then you can add that to what we're talking about today and use that same verbiage, right? So we are celebrating Miss Peaches. Hello, Miss Gengard. How are you? Karen says, my question then is, where do I go to apply for a grant for accessibility upgrades? Peaches just told us she started in her city. A lot of cities recently got money. 2 of my cities, one in my hometown, one I live in, got about $4 or $5 million. And they showed the breakdown of how it starts at the top. They're going to use it for government offices, facilities, but then it goes all the way down to want to host a local class in your community. Are you already established and you need upgrades to your brick and mortar? They have them. So Peaches is the perfect example of what we're talking about today. Getting help, upgrading your facility if you have the brick and mortar. And then, like she said, winning that money made her feel like more a part of the community. Like she felt appreciated by her community. So now I'm pretty sure from what she told us, like people are from our conversation couple months ago, she said they don't come and sit and eat in her restaurant, but they more like take orders to go. So that's going to motivate her to do more for the community, making sure they're coming in, picking up that food that's sitting in that new freezer, thanks to that grant. Amen. Y'all see how this works? Y'all see how this works? This is how you win grants. And so she was saying the conversation that she and I had not even 60 days ago. It was not that long ago. That's why I was like, is this Peaches? Like, let me make sure we're talking about the same Peaches. I have a great memory. And she said that conversation just motivated her to ask. Ask is the literal 3-part formula that I teach you guys in our mentorship. Our mentorship is over at blackwomeningrants.com. And I teach you how to ask. Right. Yeah, and we didn't have time to get deep into the conversation, but just what she shared was gold enough to let you know that this works. These opportunities will not fall in your lap, but if you're prepared, like she and I had talked through, what do you need a grant for? How will you use the grant? What will winning a grant allow you to do? And so she knew exactly how she was going to spend that money, because also people want to win grants and just have it sit in their bank account talking about this working capital. Grants don't fund that. She said, no, I need a new freezer. We need some ribs. We need whatever else she said, girl, I don't know. But she knew how the money was going to be spent. Amen. And so you loving the New York. Thank you, girl. I told you know about my trip a month ago, and I could not find a I Love New York t-shirt in my size. So I took the cap. It's my favorite cap. It fits so well. I love it. It's my favorite. And I got a lot of caps. So I'll be sporting and I can't tell me nothing. It's good quality. I bought it at the airport. My client Tay was trying to get me to go shopping in the little side streets. We didn't have time. I would have missed my flight. But as soon as I got off the plane, I went to buy a souvenir. Like, I'm leaving here with some. So thank you. It's my little souvenir hat. So we're grateful to Miss Peaches for sharing her story. Y'all want to keep talking through what you can win a grant for? Peaches is a perfect example. We're going to talk coming up. I'm going to get all the details. I'm very nosy. How was you feeling in the moment? What was you thinking? What did you say then? What did they say? Girl, I want the details. So thank you for popping in for 5 minutes. I always have to catch them on the drive-by wins, girl. That's what that is. So she's in our mentorship. One of the features is that you get to reach out to me via email, 24/7, unlimited access, and I will respond and help you out. But I know when people go quiet, they're usually out doing the work. And then I look forward. It's been a minute. I'm trying to think of our last. Oh, we had a drive-by win about 2 weeks ago. Comatose won 500, and she also is in the food industry. And now PJ is 9,500. I got to add her to our list. The question is, can I find the list on my desk? That's the question of the day. So welcome to my world, y'all. Trying to keep up with y'all wins. Try to take notes on what I learned. Come back and share them with y'all. Give you access to how to go win this money easily, quickly. It's possible. This is proof also you don't need a grant writer. That's why I tell y'all, quit trying to hire people to do this for you. She made a call herself using what we talked about. I have started doing bonus calls with those of you who join our mentorship. I try to give away one at least. So I have one available today. If you want to come join us over at blackwomeningrants.com, blackwomeningrants.com, the first one to join us in the mentorship, or we have a membership option over there as well. Come and join us, and I'll throw in a free bonus call to help you get started building out your grant application strategy. That's what Peaches and I did complimentary here on the live, and when she joined the mentorship that day as well. I did one yesterday. It went well over 90 minutes. I ain't gonna do that with everybody, but it got real good. Okay. What questions can I answer so far? We're gonna get into more of number 3, and then we'll move on to number 4. If y'all still here, still learning, if you don't have any questions, just put hashtag FYP. If you're like, this is good. More Black women need to be in this room learning about this. So this is Black Women in Grants. Welcome to our newbies. Just put hashtag FYP. Show me you're still here. Even if you're just joining, show me you're still listening. Let's keep the room filled with Black women with for-profit small businesses that are ready to find, apply for, and win grants. I love in action, real time, that this works. My coach taught me about this years ago. You know, letting the work speak for itself, especially when those of you are here, are live and can experience it. Any questions? Put it in the chat. If you're ready for number 3, put 3, and I'll go through the rest of 3. We didn't finish that up. Any questions? Anybody ready for number 3? Romulus needs some Black people. Peaches. What are Black people? Romulus. I'm looking on their Facebook page. What page is that? So I'm going to go keep being nosy. Jen is ready for number 3. Anybody else ready for number 3? Y'all got quiet on me. Maybe we need to do just a future live. I don't know. I don't want to waste time. Like I said, I don't like begging for engagement. If y'all talk to me, I'll talk to you. If not, child, I'm moving on with the rest of my day. Keep it going. But if you're ready for number 3, put number 3. If you don't have any questions, just put hashtag FYP. Gen number 3, part B. So we started talking about accessibility upgrades. Said you was watching me on YouTube. Yay. We're trying to get over there. I should be live there right now. I'm not. But that's where we're going to be when TikTok goes away again. When it goes dark again. We'll be on YouTube live under Black Women in Grants with 2 S's for now. I may change the name. Who knows? I'm also on my Facebook page, Dr. AJ Austin. I just forgot to go live there. Anyway, number 3 was equipment and inventory. So a lot of y'all come on the lives, you tell me you need equipment. You tell me you need inventory. You tell me you're trying to build that up. But the equipment and inventory that this grant is saying they'll cover, this is similar to the type of grant Peaches got. Specific to your city, specific to your state, specific to you being a brick and mortar location. But any business can use this, but this one is what this is for. So think about your point of sale devices. Even if you're a mobile business, back in the day, we used to have Square, the literal little square piece that you plug in your ear jack in your phone and swipe people's cards. That's a point of sale device. When you go into restaurants now and they got the little check-in with the Clover app, I get my points when I go like to the Vietnamese place here. And so I get points for every time I purchase. The little swivel cash register where they can turn it around and let you type in your password or tell if you want a tip or sign the receipt. That's point of sale. There's a software behind it. Some of us just have payment platforms like Stripe, or even with that, they're taking a percentage of every sale. So that could be reimbursing you, or you could be paying for more fancy software if you need it. So that's the point of sale. Purchasing of items for sale. So those of you who have to buy things to sell in order to sell them and make money, they're saying they'll help you purchase items for sale. You can apply for grants for that. If you need display cases, things like mannequins, shelves, the glass little things that you display stuff on when you go into boutiques and stuff. I forgot what else they call that, but it's like the furniture that the stuff you're selling in a location is sitting on. You can even think of this if you do like festivals or vending booths. The table itself, the chairs that you sit in, if the booth doesn't come with that, your tent, your banners, all of that counts as display, to help you display items. And then kitchen equipment. So again, we got some restaurateurs tours here with us. Peach's perfect example. But equipment, she just showed you her equipment was her freezer. Her inventory was the food that she put in the freezer. So those are perfect examples of things you can apply for grants for. Any questions about equipment and inventory, community events and programs we talked about, or accessibility upgrades? Those are the 3 we talked about. I think y'all are getting sleepy on me or something. So we'll save the rest of the 8 for later. We made it through 3. We might can do a bonus if y'all chat, but if not, hey, no worries. I'm still looking for Peach's grants, okay? Any questions? Talk to me. Let me know. If not, I'm going to wrap up here soon. It's 1:30. That's still kind of early. I should be good. I didn't plan on getting on here to teach. I'm supposed to be on here working, so I'm kind of doing 2 things. But I'm glad I did, because Peaches just shared with us her story. I'm so excited. Oh, I was looking for our list to add her to. I have our list of grant winners. I gotta find it. There we go. I'll be organized sometimes. Computers, phones, etc. Let's see. I don't see that in this one, but that is one. Remember Tay Jen, the swim instructor in New York, that won the $5,000 technology grant from Lenovo. So she got the new Bapurda. Desktop, laptop, tablet, Fitbit, printer. I'm adding pages to our numbers real quick. So yes, there are grants for your Bapurda, your phones. What I've been seeing from phone grants, there's one. I think AT&T has the Her-Rise. I think it's the Her-Rise. No, not Her-Rise. She's Connected. AT&T has the grant. She's Connected. They give you a phone, but you gotta read the fine print because it's really only for your first year that it's free, and then after that, you're given the option to pay for the service. So yeah, you want to read what they're telling you in the beginning so there's no surprises at the end. Amen. This one, I want to go through the rest of these. Y'all want to go through the rest of these? Just put number 4 if you want to hear number 4 of 8. Show me that you're still listening, you're still taking notes. I know some of y'all are driving, probably yelling at the phone like, just do it. You better talk. You better tell me something, type something in. Dr. Karen says, when are you going live again? I don't know, Dr. Karen. I just be vibing and living these days. I used to have a schedule. Hey, Dion, you've been here before, right? Your name looks familiar. Resilient says, yes, please. Thank you for being polite. Here we go. Number 4, grants can cover marketing. Everybody says they need grants for marketing. You have been here before. Welcome back. I be knowing sometimes. I know that. So marketing. Anybody need a grant for marketing? Just put me in the chat real quick. For example, they said if you need help investing in social media campaigns, Dione, we probably went through this before, didn't we? That's what I remember. Dione, I remember. Yes, Dione, yes, we did. Hey, girl, I need you to come in telling me how to spell it just like that every time, okay? So we should do it. I knew it. But yeah, social media campaign. So when you say, I need help with marketing. I want to win a grant for marketing. Can I get a grant for marketing? I want to market. I want to hire a social media marketing assistant or manager. You need to label it social media campaigning because it's not a one and done, right? It's not a one and done. Number 1 was accessibility upgrades. Number 2 was community events and programs. Number 3 was events and inventory. Number 4 is marketing, specifically social media campaigns. Also building a website. Marketing. So when I ask y'all what kind of marketing, direct sales, etc., it helps. What they're saying is it helps to be specific in the type of marketing you need help with. Y'all got it? Put hashtag FYP if you got it and it's making sense. If you want my help diving into how to talk this talk, speak these terms, I invite you to go claim your scholarship over at blackwomeningrants.com. Be the first person and get blessed with a 90-minute bonus call like me and Peaches got to have live here on the TikToks, where I help you pull out your grant application strategy. What are you applying for a grant for? Why? And how to tell a grant this is what you're looking for. And I love Peach's example today because even if the grant isn't specifically designed how you think, you have to run your business to qualify, she found a loophole. She's like, what else y'all got? Anything extra? Here's what I need specifically. And they came through because she was ready. And so typically we don't have to write proposals, etc. But for her, it was simply talking about her business. It was simply telling the story about what she needed funding for. And that's what I walked her through. That's what I do for you guys in the mentorship. Again, the website to join us in the mentorship, claim your scholarship and your free bonus call, being the first person to join us today, is www.blackwomeningrants.com. blackwomeningrants.com. You can also click the link here on our TikTok profile and get there right away, or you can just type in blackwomeningrants.com. It'll take you there. If you want me to give you number 5 from this list, just put hashtag FYP real quick and we'll run through number 5. I'm allowing y'all to distract me from work, okay? It's not procrastinating. Just put hashtag FYP if you want number 5 of 8 on the list. You got to give to get. That's how we working today. So I'll give y'all a minute to do that. Let me do our new numbers here. So before today's live, we were at $332,960 in wins. Peaches makes number 18. I'm trying to interview and keep up with the numbers with our about 20 of our ladies that are in the mentorship. So $332,960 plus Peaches $9,500 win. We're at 342. Where my pen go? 342, 460. Jen, I think you're the only one ready for number 5. Oh, Dione is. Okay. I'll talk to y'all because y'all talking to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Operational strategy is number 5. For example, branding packages, accounting software, business coaching, other types of support that would increase the visibility of your business. They call that operational strategy. So who was that said they wanted to do a rebrand? You don't want to do a rebrand. You want to do a grant for operational strategy. Y'all got it? Put hashtag FYP if that was tight. I like how they worded that. This is a literal grant for $400,000, giving 40 businesses in the city of Atlanta $10,000. And they're telling you how to talk to them. Don't tell us you need a grant for branding, but you really need help with operational strategy. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all are asking how to win a grant. Mink is saying it's very hard to get grants. You got to have some real connections. I'm literally giving you the connections. Once you get in the room, you'll know what to say. Y'all would rather sit in your story of this don't work. It's hard. It's a struggle. I never win. I'm literally giving you how to win a grant. What questions can I answer about what I'm giving you for free? Any questions? Specific questions to grants. Don't ask me, can your business win a grant? Yes. Don't ask me where to find a grant. Yes. Okay. I'm telling you what to say on the grant applications for grants that are out there. There's a list of about 80 different grants and grant funded opportunities in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. And we're going to spend more time on this list speaking the language of grants in future lives as well. What questions do you guys have? Let me know. Any questions? It's only hard to win a grant if you don't know what you're doing. If you're trying to do it by yourself, if you're not in community, if you don't know the code words, you can't get in the club. Hey, what's the secret word? I'm literally giving you the answer. Dr. Karen say, let's move on. What's number 6? She ready. All right, Dr. Karen. Physical improvements. This is for those of you who have brick and mortars, do pop-ups. We got a lot of food trucks. We got a lot of coffee cart pop-ups. Some of y'all do vending events. Physical improvements would include your signing, your awnings, painting, new shelving, new lighting if you have brick and mortar. And then we already talked about like banners and displays and stuff like that, which is more of your equipment and inventory. Y'all got it? Dr. Karen, put hashtag FYP if you got it. You heard number 6, okay? Let me know. Hey, Gage, welcome back, girl. Glad you can text now. Some people have asked in the past if grants can use, if you can use the grant to pay like rent and utilities. This grant says to note that utilities must not be more than $2,000 or 20% of requested funds. So it shows that some of them will leave a little wiggle room. For the most part, you usually can't use a grant just to pay your rent. It also says that if you're trying to use the grant for payroll, debt, loan repayment, payment of invoices, that's not eligible. Y'all got it? Let me see some hashtag FYPs if this is making sense. And then just for Dr. Karen, I'll run through the last two. Everybody else close your ears because she's listening and taking notes. You're not talking to me. Dr. Karen, number 7. Oh, Jen is listening. Sorry, girl. Thank you, Jen. Sustainability upgrades, which is a fancy word of saying green energy. So solar panels, rain garden adjacent to business. That's cute. I want to see a business with that. Investing in reusable, compostable, recyclable packaging alternatives. If you don't have a brick and mortar where all of this will be in place, you could say stuff like, I want to lessen my carbon footprint. For those of you who need like trucks, you want to say, I want electric vehicles versus the fuel alternative to help save the environment. It's green living, sustainability, organic farming. For those of you who have skincare lines, our esthetician. Talk about the organic ingredients you want to use. Non-toxic, safe for pets if they get into it, safe for kids if they get into it, not tested on animals. Sustainability, environmentally friendly, green, eco-friendly. Y'all see how this works? Let me get a hashtag FYP if you see how this works. And then we'll go through the last one and I'll answer more questions if you have it. So as a recap, if you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. I have personally won over $1 million in grants and grant-funded opportunities. Over at BlackWomenInGrants.com is my year-long mentorship program. We have almost 700 ladies in the program. Peaches is one. She just joined us on the live, who has recently won a $9,500 grant for her restaurant business in Michigan. And I'm here to help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. Quick recap. There are 8 different things that this $10,000 grant that has 40 $10,000 grants totaling $400,000 to give away to businesses already set up with brick and mortars in the city of Atlanta. Backed by American Express, they're telling us the top 8 things that is eligible to apply for their grant for are things like accessibility upgrades, community events and programs, equipment and inventory, marketing, operational strategy, physical improvements, sustainability upgrades, and finally on our list of 8, technology upgrades. Jen Guard. But it's not the way we just talked about. This is for, let's say you got a building or you will have one soon to operate your business out of. It says if you're building an online storefront for that brick and mortar, your website, online storefront where they can go shop, that e-commerce platform, technology upgrade, online ordering system, technology upgrade, and finally, e-commerce platform, technology upgrade. Those are the 8 things that you should be applying for grants for. So we've learned you're not applying for a grant to buy a building. You're not applying for a grant for branding. What else? Y'all be saying you're not applying for a grant for stuff, for startup capital. Okay? We got the code words. We talked through the secret language. A literal grant is telling us what to say when we get to the club. Any questions? You can do like Peaches. Take what we talked about today. Come join us in the mentorship. Go out and get your first grant. You don't have to tell me your sob story. You don't have to tell me how hard it is. You've been trying. I just gave you the cheat code. Y'all think this is something? I have tons of notebooks just like this. This is one of my recent books I wrote called The Grant Game. It's in our mentorship program over at BlackWomenInGrants.com. I literally use it as my curriculum now to teach y'all. I got notes here. They're all over my desk. They're in my front room. I sit and I go through and I study grants as I win them. So these are grants that come across my desk. These are grants that are available. These are grants that my clients have won, are winning, about to win. But more importantly, I'm looking through terms and conditions. I'm reading the fine print that you don't want to read. And then I'm coming back and giving you the cheat cliff notes, the codes to how to win this funding. Funding is available for your business. It is available for your business. It does not matter what type of business you have. It matters what you're looking for funding for. Y'all got it? Hashtag help FYP one more time before we wrap this thing up. Let me know you're paying attention. This helped. This was good. And more Black women need to be a part of this conversation. Jen says, yes, you are teaching me how to fish, hunt, and plant for a wonderful business. Get it, Jen Guard. I love it. Make sure you get ready to put this into action. This is how you win grants quick, okay? This is how you win grants. This is why some of y'all have not won a grant yet, but you can. If you've been listening, taking notes, asking questions, engaging, really curious about how to win grants. Some people want to struggle. Some people just want to say it ain't working for them. Some people just want to complain. Some people just want to sit in their misery. Have at it. But if you want the cheat codes, this is where you start. BlackWomenInGrants.com is your next step to come join us in the mentorship program. Just like Peaches, she's like, I haven't even dove into all the information and I just want a grant. It ain't even been the 90 days that you tell us to give us. You just told us what to say. Like I just spent an hour with y'all today telling, and she won a grant. I'm about to go find her information. I'm gonna use my computer as well. I'm using my tablet. We're about to get her story up on the website. We've added her to our list. I keep a list on my desk. It's kind of roaming around. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is our list of winners, starting with Raven DuVernay, who's won $100,710. It may be backwards. I just realized that. But these are our list of grant winners. We got Deanna Joy. So Raven DuVernay is a Black woman farmer in Baltimore. She's won $100,710. Deanna Joy is a nonprofit grant writer. She's won $86,000 so far for herself with her for-profit business as well as her clients. Shanika has won $5,000. She won the City Trends Black History Month grant. Tamika Barber has won a grant for her mother-in-law who has Lou Gehrig's disease. And so she found a society here in Georgia that gave her a grant to help cover a month of medical expenses on behalf of her mother-in-law. Ashley Rankin owns an organic skincare line. She's won $42,000 so far in winnings. Tanika Sands Hendricks is a swim instructor in New York. She's won $24,000 so far. And she's up next to win a $20,000 small business pitch competition this month. There is Comatose. I told y'all about her. She has a catering company. She just won $500, her first grant. Selena won, it's either $10,000 or $12,000, but she won $10,000 to do a back to school drive. And then I think the additional $2,000 came from just her business. So she helped her community help send kids back to school with school supplies. Brittany, I told y'all about her. She owns the Co-work commercial kitchen space up in Virginia. She just won her first $15,000 small business pitch competition, 90 days out of the mentorship program. Eartha won a $250 small business pitch competition in 60 seconds, just talking about her business. Paula won a $7,500 grant for her nonprofit, and I don't even help nonprofits. So look at our nonprofit grant writer, winning money for her clients. Paula with the nonprofit, winning money for her nonprofit, and I ain't even teaching from the nonprofit perspective. Look at God. Won't he do it? We got Miss Fab, who's won $9,000. She won $8,500 of it for a legal packet to help her get established with her intellectual property, her trade mark, her LLC, articles of incorporation, etc. Desiree, she has a food line called Easy Oat Burgers, where she makes burgers out of oats, vegan friendly option. She's won $13,000 in winnings. Victoria, who helps women launch their own podcast, she's won over $4,500 in winnings. One was for a she won a scholarship. I can't even remember how much it was, but for a financial training program. She wanted to get her money right as she launched her business, and they sponsored her tuition. Karen has won $3,500. She has a seasonal pop-up bakery where she does festivals in the fall, and in the off season, she's helping the homeless. So she's winning money for that. Love has won $5,000 from the FedEx grant. She has a fashion line. Tolu has won $3,500. And then today, Peaches, our restaurateur, has won $9,500. So collectively, the last 18 ladies that are doing the work in our mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com has won $342,460 in wins. You want next? You got next? Head over to blackwomeningrants.com. Come join us. Claim your scholarship. There is a scholarship to come join us. It'll let you in the mentorship for $147 for a full year. There is Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm if you need payment arrangements on that $147. I got you. And if you need me to hold your hand and kind of walk with you through the grant finding, the grant application, and the grant winning process, what to do when you win, then choose option number 2, Grant Prep Academy. That's all over at blackwomeningrants.com. The difference between the two options is me, live with you in Grant Prep Academy. Our mentorship program called The Grant Game is independent study, so I'm not doing it with you, but I am on standby in your email. Send me a message, ask me a question about grants, and I got you. And then in the meantime, I'm following up with y'all here on our TikTok lives, hearing about your wins, asking you more questions because I'm nosy, coaching you through where you're stuck, what are your frequently asked questions, and then introducing you to new ways that you can start to get your application to stand out in these small business grant opportunities, okay? Yes, there is a grant available for your business. Yes, you can win a grant, even if you're a startup and haven't started yet. Yes, you can win a grant if you haven't made a lot of money in your business. Yes, you can win a grant if you have more than one business. Yes, you can win more than one grant for that one business. Yes, you can win grants for all the businesses that you run, but not at the same time. Just pick a focus, pick a priority, which business you want to win funding for first, and then let's build out your framework, which is your grant application strategy. That's where I help you start over at www.blackwomeningrants.com. Blackwomeningrants.com. Right now, the scholarships are first come, first serve. They allow me to work with you guys, and grants cover the back end. Regular investment that is coming soon is $997. So if you got that just laying around to spare, congratulations, you get to invest at a higher level. If you need the scholarship or just want it because it's available, go get it. blackwomeningrants.com. And the first person that joins us in the mentorship today wins a free call with me. 90 minutes. Many of you want to get on the phone with me. Many of you want to talk with me one-on-one. Many of you want my undivided attention. I give you 90 minutes asking you questions, talking through what you need to be applying for grants for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business. So it's a no-brainer. No hesitation. You shouldn't be on the fence. If you are, get off. Come on, let's go. We got money to win. There are people literally depending on you to win this money. So take yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your hesitations, your doubts, your disbeliefs out of it. It ain't about you. It's about who God has called you to serve. Those people are waiting on you to win this money. Hello? And I'm saying that with heavy conviction to you, transferring that over. Because if I wouldn't have jumped on the live, I wouldn't have known Peaches won that grant today. You wouldn't be here getting what you need to go win your next grant. So if I got to do it, you got to do it too. Let's go. Let's do it together, okay? Let's share in this success. It's possible. It's easier than you think. A lot of y'all are overthinking this process. It's not hard. It doesn't take a long time. If you've been applying for grants consistently and not winning, you're missing something. And guess what? You are the common denominator. Okay, let's get you some help. Let's get you in a community of winners, not just people sitting around talking about grants, teaching through theory and what other people have done. I'm teaching you by what I do successfully. Y'all just witnessed one of my top 17 success stories that I focus on a lot on our lives. Okay, you can meet. I'm doing our top 20 because that's what I can commit to right now. So we got 2 spots left as of today. So Peaches was number 18. I got 2 winners. We're about to hit 500,000 in wins before the end of this year. In Jesus' name, amen. And you could be one of those last 2 that's going to make our top 20 list. Y'all ready? I'm ready for you. Okay, let's go. Any questions before I wrap up our live? I've been hanging out with y'all, talking through my raspy voice. I feel like I'm yelling. Been on here almost an hour and a half. You're welcome. What questions y'all got? If this was good, if it was helpful, just put hashtag FYP. That's all I ask. Hashtag FYP. You're letting, I'm on a team called Black Talk. It's a program through TikTok for the next year. I think I got like 9 months left, okay? And they watch. You know, we have to be accountable, showing that I'm on these lives. I'm teaching y'all. You're benefiting from my content, okay? And on the back end, that's going to help us win more money to offer scholarships for future grant winners like you. So your hashtag FYP means a lot. You're speaking to the algorithms for TikTok, but you're also helping us as Black women in grants to get noticed. So if you're not a Black woman, for-profit small business owner, you're just here listening, just put hashtag FYP. Help support us. Be the allies that y'all claim y'all are. Thank you for pouring into Black women, for-profit small business owners. Last call. About 10 seconds if you got a question. If you're over at blackwomeningrants.com claiming your scholarship option and you need me to wait to make sure you get logged into the mentorship portal, just put wait in the chat and I'll hang out here with you. Let me know. It's Black Talk, like TikTok, but Black Talk. Thank you, Jean Guard, for having my back, girl. Black Talk. I ain't never tried their tag here in the lives. I always put it in our videos. We have to put it in our videos to get credit for showing up. So y'all tell these people I was here. Thank you. And if they're on here, hey y'all, I have a team lead and everything. So sometimes they may pop in and watch, and then y'all just be on here staring. Don't be saying nothing. Talking about you multitasking, was busy and stuff. Girl, you better help me get credit for my homework. All right. That's all I got. Thank y'all for hanging out. Make sure you follow this page. Make sure you're on the right channel. Black Women in Grants. We're the one with over 84,000 of y'all here. We're here until Tick don't talk, okay? So I will go live as long as we have the feature to go live. I'm praying that it reaches the right people. Your FYP helps it to get to Black women, for-profit small business owners before TikTok goes away. Something is scheduled to go down in September. So we're slowly migrating over to YouTube. And that's what we will be doing our lives there. And so this is specifically for Black women, for-profit small business owners. If that is not you, simply put hashtag FYP to show that you're supporting Black women, for-profit small business owners. If not, that's who we help. Thank y'all for hanging out. Meet me over at blackwomeningrants.com, www.blackwomeningrants.com. Come be one of our top 20 grant winners as we hit $500,000 in wins before the end of this month. Find out how to find, apply for, and win grants for your Black, woman-owned, for-profit small business. Until we meet again, my friends, y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day. And I'll talk to you soon. God bless. Bye, future grant winners.